Having a right amount of targets will take your trading to another level, and not having a stop loss and not having a right amount of stop loss and take profit is going to be really, really bad for your trading. And not having a stop loss completely, that's even worse. So make sure you have your stop loss here and make sure you have a right amount of stop loss there. I'm sure in trading you might have experienced that you place the trade and it hit your stop loss, then move back in your direction. And I know that is really frustrating. And to avoid that, we have our ATR indicator. In my every single video, I tell you guys to take your profit according to your ATR. Now for different strategies, I have different amount of targets that you're going to learn in the course and everything how to place your stops and target in the course, but I want to explain as much as possible in this video. Now if you see here, length set to 14. So basically what it does, it takes out an average of the last 14 candles and comes up with the number that you see here, right here, this number, and that is the average movement of the last 14 candles, and that tells you the volatility. If you see the number here, that is the pips, that is the volatility, the current volatility of the market. And if you see the number right here is 47 pips, means if you place your stop loss less than 47 pips, then there is a likely chance that your stop loss will hit and then market will push back in your direction. And that also depends on the time frame. If you are trading on 4-hour time frame, the ATR number will be different. If you're trading on 1 hour or a daily time frame, that number will be different and the average comes up will be different. So make sure you have a right amount of stop loss, use your ATR as your target, and this trade is a very good example of that. This was a trade I've sent in the priority group. This was a winning trade and this was the only winning trade we got this week. I sent 3 trades in the group and 2 of them hit a stop loss and this one hit a take profit. And as you can see, the initial target was 150 pips. I'm still managing this position. As you can see, I'm up 200 pips at this point and I'm going to manage this position until it hit my point. So again, if you're looking to join the priority group, you will only learn there the entry patterns. I send the trade alerts there so that you understand the entry pattern and all the factors I look to take my trades. It is not going to be a signal group. It is purely to learn, and with that you receive the weekly Forex zones report where I send you these major areas, and from this major area we are taking our counter trades or our trend continuations here. So the very good example I want to show you, as you can see, the market was about to hit our stop loss, but having a right amount of stop loss, market reverses back and hit 150 pips initial target out of this trade. And then we took another trade right here. That was couple of weeks we took this trade, and as you can see, market push up came near to our stop loss, but then it falls like a waterfall. And right here, this was a trade I've sent last week in the priority group. It also about to hit our stop loss, but it did not hit because we have our stop loss placed according to the ATR. Again, guys, I have different targets for different strategies, but if you look at the ATR and place your trades according to that, that will make your trading more efficient. My goal is not just come on the YouTube channel and just tell you guys to buy or sell just randomly. I want you guys to learn as well. So in priority group, look at the other page. Just don't look at the trades alerts I sent you. I send those trades so that you can learn out of those trades and so that you can see the entry patterns out of those trades. If you're just using it as a signal, that might be a losing trade. Just wanted to show you an example right here. What do we have here? On dollar Japanese yen, as you can see, this is a valid pullback entry you learn in the priority group exactly. And as you can see, I'm up in this trade. And now let me show you one more trade right here. What do you see here? A valid pullback entry you learn in the priority group. I'm managing this position. As you can see, I'm already up 114 pips on this pair. Right? So this is also exact pattern you learn there. Learn from these trade alerts. Do not use it as a signal, please. I never support signal services. Let me show you one more trade quickly. Right here, the gold trade, I've already informed some of the member when we got this condition. Let me show you in the replay mode so that it will become more clear to you. Just look at this trade. What do you have? You have a valid pullback entry you learn in the priority group. So use these trade alerts as an examples so that you can able to take your own trading decisions. So if you want to join priority group, now you have an option to join just as a pay as you go thing. If you don't want to pay monthly, you can go on my money markers account and buy me a coffee. The link is in the description and click on extras right here, and then you just select priority group, one-time access only, but the monthly is much cheaper than that, but that's totally up to you. The links are in the description. So that is what I wanted to show you this week so that it will help you in your trading and will help you to take your trade more efficiently. With that being said, let's start our analysis with net gas, gold, silver, and crude oil today. And we're going to start with our favorite commodity, natural gas. Now, as you can see right here, as per my last video, I've said I'm expecting a trend upside, but there is no buying condition. Of course, there was no buying condition. Let me go back and show you. That is why, without a reason, I do not enter any sort of trade, but I do informed one of the member with a valid entry. Let me show you that as well in a moment. But on 4 hour time frame, we did not have any sort of reason to enter buy trade. You say this is an engulfing candle. This engulfing candle is formed at the resistance, so that is why it is not a buy signal. If this engulfing candle would have formed here at the support level, that would be a buy. At the resistance, we are only taking sell trades. Now, if you see here, we had this red engulfing candle. That was a sell signal, and with that the market pushed down because we were at the resistance and price did not break above that. At this point, it doesn't mean that the trend has turned bearish. If you notice here, we are still moving sideways. We do have a head and shoulder pattern, as you can see, and the market is in the termination zone. And let me mark my termination zone. Okay, right here, price has just hit the termination zone. At this point, I want to look for a reason to enter my buy trades. Now we do have a signal right here, which is this engulfing candle that is a little bit above the termination zone. But to see a strong entry now, I want to see a pin bar, something like this, or 382 candle within this termination zone. This termination zone is right here is 6.561, goes up to 6.770. Now, I want to see my entry condition within this termination zone. If we get that, that will be a good reason to take a buy trade. And if we break below and hit the head of this pattern, which is right here, in that case, we will have double bottom pattern. So that is also a bullish condition. So if we get a head and shoulder pattern right here in this zone, then we can go long. And if the market pushes and comes in this area, which is the head of this pattern, and then we can expect a very good chance that the market will push up from here. Of course, I look for my reason to enter, and you guys know that I never enter my trades without an entry condition. So at this point, the technicals looks bullish to me. We are above the support and we have this pattern, head and shoulder pattern. If we have a reason to enter in this termination zone, that will be a buy signal. Or if market pushes down, let's say if the market opens in gap and it opens right here equal to the head of this pattern, in that case, I'm expecting a double bottom pattern. And with that, we're going to take over long trade. So enter once you see a good reason to enter. And for stops and target, let's say if you get a condition here, I keep my stop loss below the head of this pattern. Even if you get a double bottom pattern, I will still keep my stop loss below the head of the pattern and take profit. You can take wherever you want to take it. You can manage your trades once you are in the trade. So that is what I'm looking at. Technical looks bullish to me. Look for the head and shoulder pattern if you have here in this termination zone, or a double bottom pattern. Once we hit the head of this pattern, that will make the head and shoulder pattern invalid, but then we will have a double bottom pattern. So keep an eye here on all the condition. I will keep you updated as well on every single day. So make sure you hit a subscribe button so that you won't miss an update. Let me also show you something else. So those are the technicals for head and shoulders and the double bottom pattern. Now, if you remember, we took this trade, a double bottom trade on 1 hour time frame. And I've said that the entry number 3 is the retest of the neckline. Now, as you can see, the market is now about to hit the neckline. This is the place right here where we can expect a nice engulfing candle on 1 hour time frame, or a nice pin bar that can push the market up, and that will be enough to hit our 180R or 280R target. And if you get a condition, then of course the stop loss will be below the neckline and take profit wherever you want to take it. So that is why the technical looks bullish to me. Now the market is coming back to the neck of this pattern on 1 hour time frame. So look for engulfers on 1 hour time frame and an entry pattern on 4 hour time frame as well. So that is what I'm looking at. If you are confused, please rewatch this video, or you can always DM me on Instagram. I'll get back to you ASAP. So same condition here on Ovanda. I don't want to go through on every single point here again. You already know the neckline from my previous video. Just keep the neckline here, and once we have a condition, then we will take long from here. We are not selling at this point until the market massively push down, break below this low. Let's check gold. Okay, nice one. As you can see, gold is pushing down from this engulfing candle from our level of resistance I've marked in my last video. Now the market is above 50 EMA. At this point, we might see a push down with a red candle, and then we might see a green candle that will close above 50 EMA. If that happens, we will take our buy trade. If that happens, we will have a nice pullback entry. With that, we will have an entry at the support level as well. So that will be a good buy signal if we get that entry reason on 4-hour time frame. So make sure look at the engulfing candle. Once we have another red candle, then a green candle that is bigger than previous candle, that will be our buy trade. Now, if the market push down, hit this zone here below, which is 1673, goes up to 1685, then this is a zone from where I'm expecting a very good bounce with an engulfing candle or with my double bottom entry pattern or with a pin bar. So keep an eye here on this level. Once we have an entry reason, we will enter our long trade. Right here on silver, similar condition as gold. If we have a next bigger green candle, we already have two red candles. Now I want to see one green candle. If we have that here, then that is a sign that the market will push up again towards this level, which is 21.044, from where we can expect some pullback before the market can continue its uptrend, because this is not a major distance. So keep an eye here. If you get a green candle, then that will be over buy signal. Now we have a minor support below here, which is 19.80, goes up to 20. If the market pushes down in between this zone and then we get a green candle, then also we will take over buy trades using my engulfers or double bottom entry pattern. Right here, crude oil massively push up due to this news event happened last week. Because of that, oil pushed up. Now it is approaching the level of resistance, which is 94.63, goes up to 95.99. So once we hit this zone, I'm expecting a fall from here. So make sure you have these zones on a chart. We are above the minor resistance that has now turned support. I'm only expecting some pullback before the market will push up again. What happened to my color? So now we can expect some pullback in this zone, which is 91.65, goes up to 92.48. We can expect a pullback with an engulfing candle, and then we can expect a market to hit this zone above, which I've just mentioned. So keep an eye on both zones. We will sell once the market hit the zone above. So that is it for commodities. I hope you're having an awesome weekend, and I hope we trade green next week as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.